everybody. Before we get started, I just need you to do something for me. If you actually are here for the vlog content, I'm not too sure why you would be. There's not going to be a lot of it, but I'm going to try and get it to you somehow. But before we do that, before we give you your vlog content, I just need you to do something for me real quick. I need you to take your hand, whichever hand is manning the mouse, preferably, and I need you to just raise it as high as you can. Like, just reach as high as you can handle. Just reach it real high. Make sure that if there's anyone else there watching you do it, because it's very important. I want you to raise it as high as you can, as high as you can handle. And just make sure everyone's watching, and then you just reach right up and give that hand a big old smack. You give yourself a nice big high five for all the good work we do, because I know very personally that no matter all the good work we do, it's not going to be appreciated. We know this all too well. And I figure, what better way to showcase the fact that nobody will appreciate anything we do than by doing a vlog. Now, yes, I am doing it over some Element Hunters gameplay because I'm boring and don't have anything better to do than talk while playing Element Hunters. But yeah, so here's the thing. If you do something and it can be acknowledged by the generally 98% of fucking people, that if you did it and they didn't see it get done, that it was still done. You know, like, if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? That's what's asked. It's never asked, did the tree really fall? Because if it said, if a tree falls in the woods, yeah, but there's the if. It's not when a tree. It might be. I don't actually. I'm going to look that up now. You probably can't see it because it's recording my emulator, but just a second. What is the saying? If okay. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Now, here's the thing. There's that. If a tree falls. Not when a tree falls, not a tree falls, if a tree falls. Everyone asks, if a tree falls and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? I have a better question. If a tree falls, did the tree really fall? Because if a tree falls and no one's around to see it, did it happen? Everyone is ignoring the if it happens and there's no one around. Did they hear it? Of course not, because no one's around. However, did they see it? Did they see the tree fall down? Is there an if the tree falls and no one's around to see it? Did it fall? No! Because everybody knows, if a tree falls, then it fucking fell. And there's no disputing that. The tree, which was once standing rooted to the ground, is now on the floor. Is on the forest floor. It's on the ground. It was once standing there. Now it's laying there. No one can dispute that fact. If a tree fell, it fell. Now, if no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer is still yes, because sound is fuckering with the airwaves, which, guess what, produces sound. So if a tree were to fall in the wood, if a tree falls and there's no one around to see or hear it, doesn't happen. The answer is yes. Because if you are impacting the air in any way, guess what? It makes noise, and it fell. And because it fell, yes, you probably heard it if you were nearby, or you probably heard about it on the local news. And just because you didn't see it fall, doesn't mean it didn't fall. It did fall, regardless of your inability to witness it or not. So, this is just something that's... sorry, I haven't moved anything in a bit. And so this is a thing that just said happened today on Mother's Day. I was asked to clean something. Big surprise, right? What are you gonna clean? Does it matter what I cleaned? I cleaned something. And because I was cleaning something, I had nowhere to actually clean it. Like, I can't clean it in the kitchen because that's the counter and use that for food prep. I can't clean it in the dining room because it's not like it's not that just, oh, you shouldn't put a garbage can lid on. It's not just you shouldn't put a garbage can lid on a table. You shouldn't do it ever because, and it's not like I can just take these out to wash. They're these electric ones. You can't submerge them in water. So, yes, well, it is an idea to take it out front and hose it down. They're the electric cans that you can't do that. So anyway, it does that because nobody cleans the table, which is a bullshit lie. Nobody should put anything on it. And what's worse is that I'm doing it practically on top of his medicine. Like that's an issue. You do realize why they put the medicine in those little orange bottles, right? I'm gonna assume you do, but just in case you don't, it's because they decided as a collective, the pharmaceutical company they decided as a collective that the glass bottle with the cork and the desiccant or whatever at the bottom was not suitable for pharmaceutical care or whatever. So yeah, they put it in the bottles because, big surprise, the bottles protect it from bacteria. The same goddamn thing I'm trying to clean off. The same goddamn thing you're complaining I'm getting all over your bottles and contaminating your medicine because you think it's just gonna seep through? What fucking world are you from where that is a problem? I hate this fucking thing. It's like, in what world does bacteria seep through the orange hazmat plastic? Not a world I'm from, or the world that you should be concerned about. Get him. Yeah, it's not a world of which you should concern yourself with. If you have a problem with somebody cleaning something and then assuming that they're not going to clean up after the cleaning that has been done, fucking end it. Just say, I don't trust you, and move on with your fucking life. If they say, yeah, I'm using the kitchen table, so I have to put it on so I can, clean it like they want me to, yet also I have to choose one or the other. I can't just stand and do it over the sink because guess what? If I do it over the sink and my noodle arms strike, good fucking luck. That lid's going in the wash, and good news, that's several $1,000s down the drain. Now, what I could also do is, sure, I can do it in the kitchen, which is inherently more filthy because of all the contaminated food, because of all the cross-contamination foodstuffs, but I mean, it's not like that's a problem. We live in an era with the CDC and the WHO and all that. We live in an era with such advanced healthcare. Our ancestors were dying of the... We can laugh at our ancestors were dying of the Black fucking Plague. Because, guess what? The CDC won't allow that to happen twice. Or the WHO will track down whoever made the new Black Plague and send them to jail and send them to the pits of Tartarus. But just because I was cleaning something at the dining room table, and you think that we're not gonna clean off the table after we're done, is just, forgive me for saying, but it's retarded. I can use that, by the way. Before anybody comes after me, oh, he said the R word, he shouldn't have said that. I'm allowed to say it. I'm considered a retard by most meters of reasons. After all, if your dad calls you a retard, it must be true. After all, Daddy would never lie, right? This motherfucker has to stop running at some point. Anyway, that's just my thing. I'm not a smart person. That's no stretch of the imagination there. Big surprise, I'm not smart. I play video games on YouTube. I'm never gonna get bigger or as big as Jacksepticeye or Markiplier. That's not happening, not by a fucking long shot, but I mean, hell, I enjoy it, so why not? And yes, this channel may have started off as a vlog channel, but it doesn't have to stay that way. It can always change content and be a different kind of channel. Like a gaming channel. But yeah, like, just because, and he says that nobody ever cleans the dining room table. I'm sorry, but if you believe that, you deserve any and all onion-related pain that happens to you. I'm sorry, but I don't make the rules. Just because I cleaned the table and you don't see it doesn't mean that the table didn't get cleaned. It just means that the table got cleaned and you didn't see it. Which, big surprise, happens. I'm not this singular nexus of torment and chaos that lives solely to screw up your life and your day. I have a life, do you? Clearly you don't. I also have a family that loves me and will care for... I also have a family that loves me no matter what I do. Clearly you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't be such a prick. Oh, aren't you his family? Aren't you supposed to love him? Fuck off. If he wanted my care, he wouldn't have pushed me away. Instead, he keeps pushing and pushing because he knows that I can't hit him back. Well, at least that I can't hit him first. I can hit him back all I fucking want. Which you shouldn't do. Elder abuse is bad, but when somebody hits you, when someone hits you first, or if someone even grabs you by the collar, if someone even grabs your clothes, guess what? That's assault, and you can hit them back. You can't kill them, but, you know, when in Rome, hit him as hard as you can. Now I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but I really have nothing else to talk about. It's just, it's Mother's Day. I cleaned the trash can lids because Mommy said so, and big surprise, Dad decided, yeah, I don't care what you're doing. I'm gonna step in, and I'm gonna be a dick about it. So he starts complaining. And what does he start complaining? He starts complaining about shit he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Like, say, our family therapist. Yes, we have one. No, I'm not going to tell you about her. But he believes she's plotting against him. I had to double check to make sure he's not listening. But yeah, it's like, not only does he believe that she has no fucking clue what she's talking about, but that she is working against him. That for some reason, she doesn't want us to work together as a family, but that she wants us to be pitted against each other because she doesn't engage us in team building exercises. Well, she tried once, and guess what you did? You threw me out the day we were about to start because you know everything. Oh, grand poobah of the fuck me. We had a team building exercise. You know what it was going to be? It was going to be cleaning the living room. Which, in all essence, doesn't really need it, because it gets cleaned so often, but she figured, you know, someone wants the living room cleaned. Okay, maybe the living room's a bit messy. You guys can work together to clean it. Oh, and, you know, all of us working together, and, you know, recording our progress. Guess what that's called? It is, by its very fucking definition, working together as a team. And you know what that's called? It's called a team building exercise. However, you know what he did to really salonge home the team building exercise experience? We have an argument and he throws me out because, big surprise, I'm not worthy. And I was out of the room when I heard this, so this is secondhand best what I know. While he was talking at Mom, not talking to her, talking at her, because, let's face it, when he gets in one of these moods, he isn't talking to you, he's talking through you. And he was talking about how he did this aptitude test or whatever, and he scored higher than that he scored maximum points on the aptitude test. Notice that an aptitude test doesn't really rely on a points-based system where, congratulations, you got max points. It means you're a fucking doofus. An aptitude test, by its very fucking definition, does not have you worry about getting top marks. Just because you scored 100 on the test does not mean that you're the #1 smartest person in all the fucking world. It means, congratulations, you've succeeded on a test that you would have to be brain dead to fail. You see it on a test where your score does not matter. Congratulations, you're a fucking imbecile. Where's reset? Reset there, Control R. Which would just stop recording. And I'm just gonna keep it there because I'm just about nearing the end of my little rants. He's believing that our therapist is against him for whatever reason, and that he is just an idiot because he doesn't understand certain things. Because, big surprise, he scored the top 5% of anybody who's ever taken the, the Simmons test or whatever? I don't know what the Simmons test is, but I highly doubt it measures how smart you are and just measures how much of an absolute cock you are. Actually, I'm going to look it up right now. Just because I'm curious. Fucking, what is Simmons test? Simmons certificate test. That is not what... The Simmons test. The Simmons test is used in lower limb examination to test for the rupture of the Achilles tendon. Alright. Because he was complaining that she didn't believe that... He believes he's conspiring against her, that she's conspiring against him because she didn't believe he had bruises on his legs. That they could have been bug bites because he's outside all the damn time. Where, guess what? You could have bugs. And it could be bug bites. I got a whole mess of bug bites on my leg and it looks like a big ugly bruise until you... Yeah, no, it just looks like a big purple bruise. Am I gonna go complaining that someone thinks that, oh, I have a bruise because my leg is purple? No. But to him, it's his whole personality. Because, big surprise, if he believes he can wiggle a elder abuse claim out of you, which the police asked about, and he said that he didn't want to pursue. Sorry, I have a soda here. And I just squeezed, and I just sucked the last drops of the soda off the cap. I'm sad, I know. So yeah. That's a thing now. I guess. I don't know. That people can be so entitled that they believe they're entitled to sympathy where there is none to be had. Man, I am just a kettle of vitriol and hatred. Jeez. I'm a terrible person. Anyway, so yes. to condense this rant into one singular point for the last 5 minutes, people are assholes. Fuck them. And above all else, just because you don't see something getting done, doesn't mean it didn't get done. It just means it happened and you didn't see it. You dumbass. Oh dear God. Still have... That only took 22 seconds. Jeez, what am I going to talk about for 5 minutes? I mean, I suppose I could just end the episode early. Or at least, I mean, when I played Happy's Humble Burger Barn, I didn't realize how quickly it got over almost an hour. Like, when I started it, I was literally like, this won't take that long, right? And then it took just about 30 minutes. But then, big surprise, my mic failed. So I couldn't. And for some reason, it was weirdly laggy. Like, I don't know why. Like, the final area was just really laggy on the recording. I don't know why. And so was the video at the end. Like, the video at the end, oh my God, you couldn't understand it, even if you knew the original message. I'm thinking about just cutting it because you wouldn't be able to understand it anyway. And at the end, I'm questioning whether that guy was murdered or he killed himself, because here's the thing. He's in a room covered in papers of the Cheese Maze Initiative. But when you're walking down, you hear the gunshot, but there's nobody else there except for him. There's no evidence that somebody ran off. There's nowhere for them to go. And yet, in his hand where you'd expect to see a gun, because the way the blood spatter in his head was laid, that it would make sense that he would kill himself that way. But instead there's no gun. There's a videotape in his hand. And his other hand doesn't have a gun either. It's just laying limply against the chair, which makes sense if he was murdered. So, I don't know. If he was murdered, his murder had to be like a fucking ghost or something. Or, who knows, maybe it could have been Dr. Grimm. As he said, Grimm's a little nuts. And I really am interested to see what Scythe Dev Team publishes that is going to move that Happy's Humble Burger Barn story forward. I mean, the alpha is on Steam, but, like, I'm wary of it because whenever things are in early access or an alpha build, things break a lot. And a lot of times, they can damage systems. Like, I've heard of some systems of, like, playing alphas where, like, it breaks into, I'm not too sure who this happened to. I remember hearing about it, but, like, he was playing an alpha of something, and the program crashed so hard, it blue screened his system. And that's terrifying to me. Like, in what universe is that okay? That's terrifying. Which is why I'm always wary of, like, doing an alpha, because alphas and betas, early access stuff, my system may be robust, but I'm still very wary of, like, an alpha crashing so hard it, like, yeets System 32. Like, I don't want that to happen. I remember there was, I had a friend, I don't know if they're still alive, but I had this friend, lived in Germany, and the person I know who basically took over the profile is Neria, but it used to be Daniel Wayne, and basically because it was part Daniel, part Neria Wayne, so Daniel Wayne. But basically she took over that. But basically, the school they went to, I'm assuming their neighbors or friends or whatever. But I remember the story she told me, or maybe it was him, I don't remember very well, where when they went to, like, when they were going to school, the faculty, the lovely chaps that they were, put System 32 as a virus and deleted it. So the computers literally took 30 minutes to even boot up, so they couldn't even be used in class. And I was just like, wow. I mean, it's funny, but at the same time, it's like, how do you screw up that badly? That's... System 32 isn't easily accessed. It is deep in that C drive. The type of loops you'd have to go through to quarantine and delete System 32, just like, wow. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm calmed down now. Everything is getting better. All we can do, live life one day at a time. One long day at a time. So, happy Mother's Day to all the people out there who have them. To the people that don't, I'm sorry for your situation. But, like, seriously, if you have a mom, it doesn't matter if they're your birth mom, a stepmom, adoptive mom, two moms, half a mom, it doesn't matter. Whether they're blood related or not, they are your family, and they are your mom. So, hug them tight, tell them you love them, because you never know that one day they'll be here and then the next could be gone just like that. So, hug them tight, tell them you love them. You should do it every day, but on this day especially. This is the WPC, signing off. Happy Mother's Day 2021. 2020 last year was a bit of a rough Mother's Day. We were all quarantined, but even 2021, the quarantines may be lifting, but if they're still in effect at your state or wherever you are, don't break quarantine. Just stay home. Like I said, tell your mom you love them. Blood related or not. Because they love you. Alright. Here's Sim signing off. So.